Long what? Long COVID. So I'm going to explain to you what long COVID is. I've already made this video in German, but for the people who don't speak German, I thought I'd make one in English as well. The German video is the second pinned video in case you speak German. If you don't speak German, listen to this one. So, long COVID is, as the word says, long COVID. So, after COVID, so you get COVID, and after COVID, you have a post-viral infection. So, post-viral means basically after COVID, you just don't get better. You just kind of get worse, I guess you could say. There's a lot of post-viral diseases. Unfortunately, none of them really get the attention that they deserve. Millions of people, for example, have ME/CFS, which is a terrible post-viral disease, and 60% of people with long COVID have the symptom criteria for ME/CFS, so they overlap quite a bit. Long COVID, so I can explain to you the symptoms, for example. Usually the people that get long COVID usually have quite a mild case of COVID. You can have a severe case of COVID too, but just because you're young and healthy and you think, so I'm not going to get a severe case of COVID, so who cares? That's not really how it works, because you're still at risk for long COVID. Now, the CDC has said that if you're not vaccinated, then you have a higher risk for long COVID, which is great. So you can protect yourself by getting vaccinated. And obviously protect yourself by wearing an KN95 mask, obviously. That way you can't get COVID and you can't get long COVID. But, so anyway, long COVID basically just takes all of your life quality away. It means that it can end up manifesting in the way that you cannot leave your bed anymore. At all. Ever. And the problem with long COVID is there is no cure. So it's your problem if you get it. You are just kind of doomed. Because there is no cure, so you are just going to be... A lot of people will then be under house arrest by their own body. For example, usually you don't think about like walking down the block. That's nothing. You don't have to think about that, right? Well, if you get long COVID, you could never be able to do that again. You could never be able to go to the toilet again because it's too far away for your body. You don't have the strength to walk that far. That's what long COVID can look like. It can look like you can't listen to music anymore at all. It can look like you absolutely cannot work anymore. You're reliant on disability aid. It can look like you can't interact with people anymore. You can't talk to people anymore because everything is too much for you and it gives you a migraine like a bus is standing on top of your head. It can look like there's so many... I can't even name it all, but to paint a picture for you, I think now you get an idea of that is really something you don't want to have, especially because there is no cure. You can't get out of it. So the only way to make sure you're not in that situation is to prevent it. And the way to prevent it is to prevent COVID in the first place. And just because you've already had COVID a couple times doesn't mean you can't still get long COVID. That's not how it works. You can have had COVID 3 times and not felt anything. And then you get it for a 4th time and you get long COVID and you never get better. So wear a KN95 mask. That's the most important way to protect yourself, is wear a KN95 mask. All the time, anytime you're around people. Obviously, avoid crowded spaces, disinfect your hands, all of the stuff. Just don't pretend that COVID is over. I know we're all sick and tired of the pandemic. I know we have all had more than enough. But unfortunately, putting your head in the sand doesn't give you a healthy life. It just ensures your vulnerable for COVID and therefore vulnerable to long COVID. And that is really not worth it. And I know a lot of people have no idea what this is, so I'm here to tell you. Yeah, there is no cure, so the only way to make sure you don't end up in hell is to prevent it. And the way to do that is to be vaccinated and to wear a KN95 mask. Share this video with other people who don't know what long COVID is either, and stream and download and share our song Long COVID by Paterfamilias Moderna. Let's spread the word and make sure we actually can get a cure for this terrible disease so that people who have it are not doomed, and to make sure that people don't unalive themselves, because that's what a lot of people with this disease do.